Okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming back at you guys with another channeled message and channeled dream. So I guess this is like part 2 of my whole series that I'm doing. All right, so we're actually just gonna jump into it because I don't want to make this video like extremely long or strenuous or stressful or anything like that. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. So the dream basically starts in like a school setting. Okay, so like we're in a school setting. I would say like we're in a cafeteria type of energy, or like we're just out of school. I'd say rather this would be high school, middle school, college, whatever. We're out of school. So it starts off, I think I came to the party with other people, but I actually don't remember. And every time I have a dream about a party or anything like that, it's always people there that I know or that I've been affiliated with, acquainted with. But it's almost as if like during the party we're never together. Okay, so that's very synchronistic, I guess. It's almost kind of like a setup from the jump, right? So go to the party, you guys, and when you come in, they kind of want you to drink. It's almost as if like, you ever heard of those kind of parties where it's kind of like, oh, you can't get in unless you take a shot, right? And I guess it was something like that. So mind you, the drinks are actually being passed out by the principal because I want to say like he was like the supervisor of the whole thing, or like he was basically there to make sure that things went as planned. So it's very ironic how everything happened. Okay, so we go into the party, and mind you, it's almost as if like it's just me, but it's other people there, right? So there's like rows of drinks, right? I'd say like there's 3 rows, so that's 30 of 10. So it's like red, blue, red. I almost like take this as like a matrix type of thing, you know, like he has like the red pill and then the blue pill, and I don't even remember which one I picked. I actually think like I didn't know that it was like some type of test. So of course, I am a Pisces, so I am very indulgent in real life. I can be very indulgent. I can absorb a lot of energy, a lot of alcohol, and still be able to focus. Okay, so I ended up taking 3 different drinks. I want to say 2 red, 1 green, right? And what happened was I actually ended up getting date raped. All right, so I guess I had blacked out during the dream, or during this time. Okay, and 2:44 on the clock. Y'all, I'm sorry, I keep looking at my lashes because like I did them and I'm a fucking clown, and I think like one of them is like more full than the other one, but mistakes are made to be whatever. So yeah, so I took the 3 drinks, right? And this is normal for me. Like I'm a drink, right? If I go somewhere, like I'll drink, right? So I told you guys I was drinking like at a really young age, so like it's just weird how everything was. So we're partying, right? And I'm like, at this point I'm really like blacked out, like I'm dancing with like bitches on the ground and shit, like, and I tell you guys, like, I'm completely heterosexual, I'm completely straight, like I'm doing like very weird things that I never do. And it's almost as if like when I snap back into my consciousness in the dream, it's like I realized what I was doing, and I just started crying like really hard because I didn't understand what was going on. And so like I'm bawling, I'm like crying because I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like it's like shit that I was doing that I never do, like dancing with like bitches on the floor, or like taking off my clothes, or like just dumb shit. So I actually didn't know that it was like that I was what I was doing until this girl, and it's so crazy. I went to school with her name's Anaya, right? And I have no idea what sign she is. I don't remember. I think she's an earth sign. But she came to me and she said, look, and she was recording me again. Like every time they're always recording me at these parties. So she was recording me and she said, look at these girls you're dancing with. And then she's like, yeah, you got like the most dances of the day, almost as if like it was like a competition, or it was like, I don't know, 4:44 on the clock. It was weird. And so when she showed me the video, I started freaking out, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I tried to find my cousins, right? The same people from the exact same, from the second video, from the first video. I try to find them and I'm like crying, and I find them and they're just laughing, and like everyone's just laughing, right? So very ironically, like I'm drugged and like out my body, and I'm like just now realizing that, okay, I've been date raped. So I walk in the hallways, and it's a whole different school at this point. I always dream about this school. I don't know if this is a school that I'm supposed to be going to, or this is a school that's going to be made in the future, but it's a school that's it's highly technological. Like the whole school is made of glass. Like the whole school is made of glass. It has like very technological shit in it, like very advanced like school. Okay, so I always remember the stairs, like they go in a spiral, like it's like a billion stairs to get to like the top floor or to the next floor, which all the classes are up the stairs, right? So I'm like extremely drugged, or I'm drugged, mind you. All the drinks were drugged. I was the only one that took a drink, okay? Or all the drinks that I took, they were drugged. So like I'm extremely sedated, right? And I'm just confused, because I'm like, okay, am I crazy, or like what the fuck? So I'm walking in the hallways and I see one of my friends, and I won't say his name, okay? And it's very ironic that I see him. He's a Scorpio, okay? So hopefully he's okay. But I'm gonna say his name. His name is Quest, which means journey, all right, to me. And so I see my friend, and like I'm like, okay, and I'm asking him, we're walking and we're talking, and he's actually going to class, right? So there's this huge ass party going on, and he's going to class, right? In some way, somehow I see him. So I'm walking in the hallways, and we just stumble across each other, and I'm like asking him like, hey, do you think this is possible, or do you think that I'm crazy? And it's so weird, like he's listening to me, and he's like going into class. And I remember race is very synchronistic regarding this dream. Quest, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop saying his name. He is I think he has like Hawaiian or something in him, or like he's biracial, right? So we're talking, and mind you, everybody that was a party that drugged me, they were black, right? So like I was like, okay, whatever. But I didn't realize none of this, the whole like agenda, until like the end of the video. So let me keep going. So I'm asking him like, hey, do you think I'm crazy? Or like I'm just telling him like I feel weird, because I told my cousins the same thing, like something's wrong, like somebody put something in my drink, like I would never be doing this. And they're like laughing at me, think that like it's funny, like everyone's like, the whole school's like laughing, because I don't know, like I didn't have sex or anything. I think I just was like dancing like really like erotic and exotic with like girls. Like it was just weird. So so it kind of like fast forward from that, and I don't even remember what he said. I don't even know what he said. I just remember him going into a classroom and him kind of telling me like to walk and talk with him. And mind you, I'm still like out of my mind, so I'm almost like sure that he didn't understand what I was talking about. But it was almost as if like we had some type of spiritual, it was like telepathy, because he was like, it was almost as if like I was like trapped inside of my body on some shit. And it was like I was trying to tell him like and it was like really weird, like. And so the screen flips, right? So I'm just got drugged, I just got date raped. Oh, well, mind you, I don't know what happened, because I don't remember. So I was blacked out still. I'm still kind of like coming into my consciousness now. It's really weird. I don't know if they sent me to a psych ward, or I don't really know what happened, because like I told you, Quest was going into some type of room. So I was like, okay. So I come in, and I didn't know I was in a psych ward at first until like I woke up, and I was like, what the fuck? So I come in, and it looked like someone that I knew. Like it was this girl, and she was like, I think she was either like Hispanic, or she was Caucasian, or she was like white, or I don't know. She could have been both. She could have, I don't think she was Puerto Rican or anything like that. I really think she was like either of a she was white. Fuck. Okay. So I walk in like I just know the bitch, and I pull out the chair, and I'm sitting with her, and it's literally like a just regular desk, y'all. I pinky promise. It's like a regular desk, and it's almost as if it's something whereas you will be playing chess or like a game on this desk, but there was no chess on the desk, so there was no game board there, but it was almost as if like my third eye could see it. It was like it built the game for me on the desk. So I sat down, right, and she's like, where have you been? And I'm not thinking anything of it, so I'm like, okay. And I'm telling her the story about what happened. I went to this party, whoop de whoop. And this is what opened my mind up so much, because instead of trying to embarrass me, humiliate me, she like literally, like when I tell you, like I'm trying sorry, this is why I talk about black on black crimes a lot. So I'm telling her story about like what had happened, and I'm like, yeah, like this happened, and I'm confused, like I don't know what's going on, like this keeps happening to me. And like I didn't even finish telling her the story, and she's just like crying, like she's just bawling, crying, right? And I'm like, okay, like, and I'm just telling her the story, and at that point I'm crying too, because I'm like, I don't understand, right? And it was so crazy because I think I was like the only black person there once again. So it was so crazy because there was other people there as well. And so ironically, as I'm telling the story, I'm telling her the story, and then I can see that other people are listening to my story as well. And like I kind of like start to share like eye contact with them all, and it was just so weird. Like then they all start gathering around the table like on some weird shit, and it's like I'm telling the story and like about what happened to me, and it's like everyone is just crying, like, because they feel me, right? And I think like they said that I was schizophrenic, bipolar, so I guess they had sent me to like some type of mental institution or something like that. I was confused why I was even in there, so because I know I'm not crazy or anything. So what I'm thinking is like they had drugged me to basically, you know, get everything out of me, and I don't, whatever they did to me that day. I don't even know like if the guy that I had met in the hallway that I said was my friend, I don't even know what happened like when we went inside, because it just like switched, so anything could have happened. And so I went there, and all of a sudden I'm at this place or whatever, but it looked like I could come and go as I pleased, because it's like I had like my shit, like it's like I went right after the party, I went to this place, and I'm like talking to my friend, and I don't know why I feel like her name is Nancy or Amanda 1244, and I'm talking to her in this dream, and like she's just crying, and I tell you, and I preach about unity, because the people who've always had my back, even when I was a kid, like I never forget, like nobody truly believed in me. Like my people, they never, like black people, they didn't believe in me. They like literally like try to set me up, right? So even like the first teacher, when I was like in middle school, I was sent to like, I was supposed to go to this leadership convention like all the way in Boston, Massachusetts, right? Can't even say the fucking word, right? And I was actually too young to go to the convention, but he still wanted me to go. A white man. Shout out to you, Mr. Smith. This is probably my favorite teacher ever. And I actually didn't go because my mom, she was like, oh, you sure not gonna be scared, and whoop. It's just beside the point. And that dream, it really touched me, because it's literally like the people that I grew up with 1344, the people that I like, they just laugh, like, and this is not nothing that's like, you know what I'm saying, I'm literally at school where you should be protected, and I'm literally getting like drugged and raped and like all this shit, and then like they put it on me as if like I'm the crazy one, like, oh, she's just doing this by herself. Mind you, they're recording my whole thing, like, so they asked me to go to the party, to leave me, to drug me, to record me, to embarrass me, right? And it's almost holding like some Kanika Jenkins shit, because I'm like wandering the halls, and I'm intoxicated, and I'm drugged, and I'm blacked out, right? So last time I posted this dreams, you guys were like, no, that's your dream, but I promise you guys, this is gonna resonate for someone. So